Hi, it's Lynn from LynnieCDesigns. Thank you for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in West Sussex in the UK. And I'm coming on to recreate this card. I'm going to do it in a different colourway. The sentiment is from the Christmas to Remember stamp set. But I used this beautiful design, and that is part of the perfectly penciled 12 by 12 designer series paper in the annual catalogue. Beautiful florals and black and white. You can colour it in any way for any project, but this is the sheet that I've used, and very graphic on one side, but look at those beautiful flowers, little butterflies as well, but obviously don't need those for a Christmas card. Now I could have used one of these, but actually you can see I've cut round and I've cut two of the some of the side bits off, and I'm going to colour those, waste not want not. I'm just going to colour those and then fussy cut them out. The base on this was real red, got a little bit of gold which I'm going to have again, and the Stampin' blends that I used were Poppy Parade and Soft Succulent and Daffodil Delight. So I am going to use this on this one, Evening Evergreen. It's very simple. I've got two pieces of basic white, so they are 10.2 by 14.5 centimeters. This is half a sheet of A4, and I'm going to colour those with stamping blends, but this time I'm going to use Evening Evergreen for the green, the darker Cherry Cobbler for the flowers, and then I've got a little bit of Pool Party, because I'm not sure if you can see, but I've put some blue on the white bit behind to sort of highlight those flowers. And then I've got a strip of gold foil and a strip of basic white for the sentiment. So let's just do a little bit of relaxing colouring. I always tend to colour before I cut out. We'll see whether I keep this in the video, because I'm not sure how relaxing it is for you to watch me colour. I always go in with the light and then come in with the dark on the bits. The designers of these papers are just brilliant, because they give us where the shading should be. So we can just come in, add a little bit of shading, and then blend that out. Use the dark Evening Evergreen there for the base. Let's go on to this one. And I'm using the thinner end of the blend. Can use the brush end, but you've got less control of where the ink goes, and I don't really, I guess because I'm cutting it out, it doesn't really matter. Don't have to be too precise. Such a lovely rich colour, isn't it? Do both of those at the same time. I did a little bit of a training walk today. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it on here before. I must have done. Looks like my trip to Peru in October is going ahead. I'm very excited about it. And the friend that I'm doing it with lives in another part of West Sussex, so we've been meeting up as often as we can to do some training walks, and today we kind of thought that we ought to do a little bit of a longer walk. And I don't think we're going to be doing the distance that we did today. We did a 12-mile hike, but we will be hiking all day. So we needed to start doing longer distances. I mean, I walk the dog most days, so I do 2 hours. So there we are. You can see the light and the shade. And I'm going to come in and do these leaves. So this is the light. Hoping this isn't too dark. Oh, no, that's nice. I think I might just do one for you. Don't think you need to colour in both of these. I'll put you on hold, on pause rather, on hold. My mouth really isn't working today. But yes, we are flying to Peru, to Lima, and then on to Cusco in October, and we're doing a trek to Machu Picchu, and I'm so excited. Machu Picchu has been on my wish list. So I've gone over the edge there, but I'm not really worried about that because I'm cutting it out. I'm just doing a few of the veins. There we go. So I am gonna put you on pause. I'll do the other one. I'll keep you going. I can always cut it out, can't I? Right, that's that done, and I'm going to come in with my dark, oh look, ruined. You've got to be quite careful with the brush end, because if you press too hard you can blow that out. I'm going to come in with that. Colour that in like that. Lovely. We'll do that whilst that's open, we'll do that. I shall waffle on just in case I keep this in rather than cut it. Yes, we've had a scorching week this week for British standards. The rest of the world seems to cope, but we always like to complain about the weather. But we hit records this week, so not necessarily where I live, but we did get to I think it was 40, which is unheard of. We're lucky if we get to 30. But anyway, it was the excitement this week. And it's just It's nice to get a bit of a summer. So when we go to Peru, no idea what the weather's going to be like. Not long term anyway. Could be because the weather's been buggered up everywhere. Could be anything, couldn't it? We are going before the rainy season starts, so hopefully we'll be okay. Been looking at the kit list and how much I need to buy. It's been, when did we go? We went to China in 2013. That seems impossible. And trekked on some of the lesser known bits of the Great Wall, and then did some sightseeing in Beijing and in other parts of the country. Lucky to have done that, I think. And then I'm going to go back in and go over that again, and it just kind of blends it out a little bit. Fabulous. Images like this are quite easy to and quick to colour in. But I have been playing with other bits and pieces. I've got some really lovely scrummy bits that I've been playing with, including some of the celebration items. Now, during celebration you can earn free product with every qualifying purchase. It's £45, and I'll show you some of the things that I've been making. So let's just come back in with that and do a little bit, add a bit of shading, and it's just where the lines are on the design. Did I blend that out? I think I did. Blend those. Go over. I'm sure anybody that's really good at blending will be, that sees this will be, oh no, don't do it. Right, there they are, all done. I'm going to get my paper snips, and again I'm not sure I'm going to keep these in, but again quite easy to trim out. And when you're doing this trimming or fussy cutting, you can leave a little border if you want to. I'm going right up to the line, so I don't want to, right up to the edge of the design, because I don't want to till it comes down to that sort of tiny bit, and I guess that's where you can hide if you've gone over the line. Oh, the smell of those blends is terrific. So I'm going to keep that little butterfly. We'll use that on another project. Don't like wasting anything. I'm sure if you're a crafter, you're exactly the same. And actually it's really nice to use up scraps or bits that you've got cut out or stamped. Sometimes if I'm stamping heat embossing, I do more than one, so I've got a little supply. So there's one. You could cut this bit out, but actually I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. So let me just get this other one done quickly. My tongue's sticking out while I'm concentrating. Who else does that? And has anybody else started their Christmas cards? I've made about half a dozen already, which actually is quite good for me. And I just need to keep up the momentum because I am determined, as I'm away in October, and again I've got a little, hopefully got a little trip booked in November, that again, let's keep that safely so it doesn't get chucked away. Yes, because I'm going away in November, I want to make an early start on Christmas cards so that it's not the usual mad rush in December and people end up getting cards in January because I haven't made them all. And I cannot buy any cards once you've made people cards. Just seems wrong to buy any. So my card class that we had a couple of weeks ago, last week, one of the projects we made was a Christmas card, and actually I copied it. I copied the design. I cased the design from an American demonstrator. So, oh, that looks very different. I like that. So let's do I'm going to use some Pool Party. Let's bring that back in. Just building up that colour. That's going to be covered over. We want to come down a little bit more. Lovely. Now this, I'm going to use my Pool Party blend, and again that end is blown. Naughty, naughty. This is the pale Pool Party blend. Just going to quickly colour that in and there. Lovely. And we are going to do a little bit of heat embossing on here. Put that away now. I've done enough of that. Haven't done that very smoothly, but it's fine. It's fine. Right. My gold and my dust buddy. And what have I done? There's my sentiment. I'll try and get that in the middle somewhere. Lovely. Dip that in. Now that's when you get some of the Versamark on the edge, on the outer edge, and I must have rocked it in the ink pad, but that's fine as long as we've noticed it before. You can just brush it away. Make sure that's all gone before we heat emboss. So that's, as you can see, hopefully I tried to, you can see it melting. As it melts, you just move on to the next bit. So I'm going to mount that with dimensionals, and I have got the edge bit. Now let's just see. Before I do that, I'm going to cut one edge. Lovely. Then I roughly know where I'm going with that. Very, very narrow edging. I just wanted to see a glimpse of the gold underneath. That's perfect. That goes off to one end there. Goes a little squiff. Perfect. I'm going to glue that down. Now what did I do? It was quite a while ago that I made this card. Done that, and we should do this bit here. My husband's just peered in the window. I guess he wants another drink, seeing if it's safe to come in. The right place there. Pick that up like that. Lovely. Come on, trying to use all of my glue. I'm going to bring that down there. Lovely. And that's the beauty of using our wet glue. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Look at that, that's almost perfect. And then we can use our snips to trim that off. Do a very good job of that. There we go, that's better. And then that's just glued flat down. Leaving you the inside to put in. That's really pretty there. I'm going to leave that blank for the minute. While I check the sentiments. I could use, there's some lovely sentiments actually in the stamp set that I use, so I may well put that on the inside. In fact, why don't we just do that now? I don't think I did with the other one, but why don't we do that, because then they'll be finished, won't they? I'm going to put, what did I do with the cat? May this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. And I'm going to put that on with some Memento ink. I haven't put my stickers on. Hopefully that's the right way up. Oh yes it is, that's a good call. Let's do that with this one while it's there, and then it's done, isn't it? Lovely. And just to finish that off, put that back in so that we don't get that dirty, I'm going to use some of these classic matte dots just to give it a little bit of a bling. Pop that over there so that it kind of hides that a little bit. And we'll pop one, ooh, pop one there. So there we have it. Feels very dark and moody, this one. But anyway, that's two more Christmas. Oh, I can see I trimmed this one down so you could see more of the gold. And I think actually silver or Blackberry Bliss and silver, navy and silver. Oh, I can see me making a lot of these. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next week.